Hi, this is Alan from Alpus Group, and I'm going to talk you through the latest UK distressed property list from 4th of January. So Happy New Year from UK distressed property list, and we're going to go through the latest list of below market value opportunities. These are properties which have some form of distress. So what does that mean? In effect, it means that they are properties where the sellers are motivated. This is the map of where they are all over the UK, from North England right through England, Midlands, Wales, South East England, South West England. 135 properties identified on the latest list, and these have some form of distress, such as fire damage, water damage, Japanese knotweed infestation. They may have a short lease, they may have a low EPC, or they may have another form of distress, which means that the seller is motivated, and you can get a bargain. So let's look at the first one here. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Inverclyde in Scotland, £12,000. It's fire damaged. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Hartlepool, North East, £27,500. It's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom terraced house for sale in Hartlepool, North East, £35,000. It's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Sunderland, North East, £35,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in North East Lincolnshire, £50,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in North East Lincolnshire, £55,000. It's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Middlesbrough, £60,000. It's a repossession. 2-bedroom semi-detached bungalow for sale in Newcastle under Lyme, West Midlands, £70,000. It's water damaged. Terraced house for sale in Edinburgh, Scotland, £75,000. It's water damaged. 5-bedroom terraced house for sale in Sunderland in the North East, £75,000. It's in poor condition. 3-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Northamptonshire in the East Midlands, £80,000. It's fire damaged. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Sheffield, £80,000. It's got a short lease. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Great Yarmouth, east of England, £80,000. It's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Port Talbot, Wales, £80,000. It's got a low EPC. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Mansfield, East Midlands, £85,000. It's a repossession. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Oadby and Wigston, East Midlands, £90,000. It's a repossession. 4-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Rotherham, Yorkshire in the Humber area, £110,000. It's water damaged. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Derby, East Midlands, £115,000. It's in poor condition. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Basingstoke and Dean in the South East, £115,000. It's short lease. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Pendle in the Northwest, £120,000. It's got a low EPC. 2-bedroom house for sale in Sheffield, Yorkshire and Humber area, £120,000. It's in poor condition. 4-bedroom terraced house for sale in Fylde in the Northwest, £135,000. It's in poor condition. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Cardiff in Wales, £140,000. It's got low EPC. 3-bedroom bungalow for sale in County Durham, North East, £145,000. It's got a low EPC. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Sheffield, £145,000. It's in poor condition. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Shropshire, West Midlands, £150,000. It's in poor condition. 4-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in South Holland, East Midlands, £150,000. Got a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Wolverhampton, West Midlands, £150,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Cheshire, West and Chester, Northwest, £150,000 to a cash buyer. 4-bedroom house for sale in Rhondda, Sin and Taff in Wales, £150,000. It's in poor condition. Three-bedroom terraced house for sale in Cornwall in the southwest, £160,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom duplex for sale in North Warwickshire, West Midlands, £160,000 to a cash buyer. One-bedroom apartment for sale in Watford in the east of England, £160,000. It's on a short lease. One-bedroom flat for sale in Havering in London, £165,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Birmingham, West Midlands, £165,000. It's a repossession. Two-bedroom semi-detached bungalow for sale in Charnwood in the East Midlands, £169,000. It's in poor condition. Two-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Worcester, West Midlands, £170,000. It's to a cash buyer. One-bedroom flat for sale in Havering in London, £170,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Kirklees, Yorkshire and Humber area, £170,000. It's got a low EPC. Four-bedroom bungalow for sale in North Lincolnshire, Yorkshire and Humber area, £170,000. It's in poor condition. Two-bedroom maisonette for sale in Gravesham, South East, £173,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Charnwood in the East Midlands, £175,000. It's in poor condition. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole area, southwest, £175,000 to a cash buyer. Five-bedroom terraced house for sale in Bradford, Yorkshire and Humber area, £175,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom terraced house for sale in Northamptonshire, East Midlands, £175,000 to a cash buyer. Six-bedroom detached house for sale in Shropshire, West Midlands, £180,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in North Warwickshire, West Midlands, £180,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom apartment for sale in Windsor and Maidenhead, South East, £180,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom apartment for sale in Reigate in Banstead, South East, £180,000. It's on a short lease. Three-bedroom terraced house for sale in Calderdale, Yorkshire and Humber area, £180,000. It's water damaged. Three-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Thanet, South East, £185,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Stafford, West Midlands, £190,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in North East Lincolnshire, Yorkshire and Humber area, £190,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in West Northamptonshire, East Midlands, £190,000. Japanese knotweed infected. Two-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in Broadland, east of England, £190,000 to a cash buyer. One-bedroom apartment for sale in Hillingdon, London, £190,000 to a cash buyer. Five-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in the Wirral, northwest, £200,000. It's got a low EPC. Four-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Somerset, southwest, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Detached house for sale in Rochdale, northwest, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom bungalow for sale in Cornwall, southwest, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Four-bedroom terraced house for sale in Test Valley, southeast, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Uttlesford, east of England, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Four-bedroom terraced house for sale in Broadland, east of England, £200,000. It's in poor condition. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Dartford, south east, £200,000. It's a repossession. Three-bedroom house for sale in York, Yorkshire and Humber area, £200,000. It's water damaged. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Manchester, northwest, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom park home for sale in Medway, southeast, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole area, southwest, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Medway in the southeast, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom bungalow for sale in Cornwall in the southwest, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Croydon, London, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom duplex for sale in Hounslow, London, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Havering in London, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Four-bedroom terraced house for sale in Test Valley, South East, £200,000 to a cash buyer. One-bedroom flat for sale in Guildford in the South East, £200,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom bungalow for sale in Bexley in London, £210,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Manchester, North West, £210,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom semi-detached bungalow for sale in Northamptonshire, East Midlands, £214,950 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom apartment for sale in Winchester, South East, £215,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom terraced house for sale in the Scottish Borders in Scotland, £215,000. It's got low EPC. Two-bedroom bungalow for sale in Gwynedd in Wales, £220,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom terraced house for sale in Cornwall in the southwest, £220,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Chelmsford, east of England, £225,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom detached house for sale in Perth and Kinross in Scotland, £225,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in Cornwall, southwest, £225,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom terraced house for sale in Eastbourne in the southeast, £229,950. It's in poor condition. Two-bedroom apartment for sale in Reading, southeast, £229,999. It's a repossession. Two-bedroom apartment for sale in Brentwood, east of England, £230,000. It's Japanese knotweed infected. Three-bedroom terraced house for sale in Pembrokeshire in Wales, £240,000. It's a repossession. Two-bedroom maisonette for sale in Rother in the southeast, £249,500. It's got a low EPC. Two-bedroom bungalow for sale in Cornwall, southwest, £250,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Bristol, southwest, £250,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom maisonette for sale in Hertsmere in the east of England, £250,000. It's on a short lease. Two-bedroom apartment for sale in Brentwood, east of England, £260,000. It's Japanese knotweed infected. Three-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Cornwall, southwest, £260,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom terraced house for sale in Stevenage, east of England, £260,000 to a cash buyer. Three-bedroom detached house for sale in Lincoln, East Midlands, £260,000. It's a repossession. Three-bedroom house for sale in South Kelverston, Kesteven, East Midlands, £265,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Monmouthshire in Wales, £269,950. It's Japanese knotweed infected. Two-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in West Suffolk, east of England, £270,000. It's got a low EPC. Four-bedroom detached house for sale in Aberdeenshire, Scotland, £275,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom cottage for sale in Cornwall, southwest, £275,000 to a cash buyer. One-bedroom house for sale in Folkestone and Hythe, southeast, £275,000. It's got a low EPC. Two-bedroom apartment for sale in Cumberland, northwest, £275,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom detached house for sale in Newark and Sherwood, East Midlands, £280,000. It's got a low EPC. Two-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in the Malvern Hills in the West Midlands, £280,000. It's got a low EPC. Three-bedroom flat for sale in Ealing in London, £280,000 to a cash buyer. One-bedroom flat for sale in Southwark in London, £280,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Lewisham in London, £285,000. It's on a short lease. One-bedroom flat for sale in Westminster, London, £295,000 to a cash buyer. Two-bedroom flat for sale in Milton Keynes in the southeast, £295,000 to a cash buyer. 4-bedroom terraced house for sale in North Somerset, South West, £295,000 to a cash buyer. Property for sale in Birmingham, West Midlands, £299,999 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom detached house for sale in Hertfordshire, in West Midlands, £300,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom semi-detached house for sale in Southend-on-Sea, £300,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Wandsworth, in London, £300,000 to a cash buyer. 4-bedroom house for sale in Southampton, South East, £300,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Lambeth, in London, £300,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom terraced house for sale in Basildon, East of England, £300,000. It's a repossession. 2-bedroom bungalow for sale in Luton, East of England, £300,000. It's got a low EPC. 4-bedroom park home for sale in South Derbyshire, East Midlands, £325,000 to a cash buyer. 3-bedroom log cabin for sale in Rochford, East of England, £325,000 to a cash buyer. 4-bedroom terraced house for sale in Folkestone and Hythe, South East, £325,000 to a cash buyer. 2-bedroom flat for sale in Waltham Forest, London, £330,000 to a cash buyer. 1-bedroom flat for sale in Ealing, London, £350,000. It's on a short lease. 4-bedroom detached house for sale in Tewkesbury in the southwest, £350,000. It's Japanese knotweed infected. 3-bedroom end of terraced house for sale in Hillingdon in London, £360,000. Japanese knotweed infected. 2-bedroom apartment for sale in Lewisham, London, £375,000. It's got a low EPC. 4-bedroom cottage for sale in Kings Lynn and West Norfolk, East of England, £390,000. Japanese knotweed infected. 3-bedroom small holding in Carmarthenshire, Wales, £395,000. Japanese knotweed infected. 5-bedroom detached house for sale in Birmingham, West Midlands, £400,000. It's a repossession. Land for sale in South Tyneside, North East, £650,000. It's a repossession. 2-bedroom detached bungalow for sale in Ifold, Chichester, South East, £800,000. It's water damaged. 3-bedroom flat for sale in Hammersmith and Fulham, London, £1.6 million. It's a repossession. 5-bedroom apartment for sale in Waverley in the South East, £3.8 million. It's fire damaged. So that's the complete list of the latest UK distressed property list. That's the 1st of 2024. If you're interested in these or any other deals, we've got deals all over the UK from other sources as well. And my name is Alan from Alpus Group, and my telephone number is +44 7539 141257 or +44 333 224 1257. You can schedule a call with me at calendly.com/AlanJE, or you can drop me an email at alan@alpusgroup.com. Cheers for now.